Okay, so this is the... Okay, first of all, we have to read this because otherwise people are gonna be really mad. Due to the scope of the changes, it is difficult to render a viable argument for many of them. Okay, already like putting like disclaimers. A lot of the changes surrounding the lower tiers, especially in the support category, are simply due to role inflation pushing weaker characters further down. That's fair, while creating a greater disparity between good characters. As such, for now, we'll simply illustrate major changes, new addition and new euphorias. The reason for continuing on, for not maybe. The reason for not continuing on with just one tier list is because the early game generally does not last very long, and players will want to see what characters they want to aim to and build for. New addition: Hisabeth S, sub carry. Ooh, Kiperina. The main draw of Hisabeth is her remarkably solid damage output per turn, and that, once her rotation is ramped, she only requires 1 AP per turn to use. I guess, yeah, because you're just doing the his ult. Like 1 card, consume the snake shit, I guess. Great to sneak into highly AP dependent team or in ultimate teams, but it doesn't provide much support beyond that. No shit. It's I mean, okay. And takes about 4 to 5 turns to come online. All right. Here's the 1, here's the 2. I mean, they have to though because they're completely different. The Dynamo archetype is better. No, which one is it? The shield one is better. Which one is the shield one? What the fuck, Dynamo archetype? The fuck? I think it's the Dynamo archetype, right? Yeah, this one is way better. Kiperina, S+, survival, incredibly high multiplier on her shields, yeah. And she can auto-cast as extra action. You start with it. You start with double shield. On top of generating both vast amount of inspiration. That also, alongside making your team immune to control as well as granting additional crit damage team-wide, and having full cleanse on her ultimate, also shred damage reduction and crit rest, they didn't say something that is also pretty good. Her cards are doing something for Impromptu. It's not just hovering around the team supporting it. Casting her card is going to buff Impromptu directly as well. So... I mean, yeah, like this one is, I don't know, I like this one more. I like that Ezra is a shielder and it doubles down on shields, you know? Theodore 1, HP loss archetype, generates stacks to consume all heal allies and heal all allies. Speeds up the growth of mushroom through planting them and trades is shields for additional heals. Yeah, I mean, even if it's good, I would rather a shielder do the shield, you know? Great if you want to use Herza as a sustained unit, but falls short compared to sustained maniacs like Sotheby and Fatutu. Yeah. So, like, where do you play Ezra if you have Fatutu and Sotheby? Where? That's why you play Dynamo. Ezra Theodore 2, Dynamo archetype, grants him access to a special array that eats Dynamo generated by him, upgrading said array to provide additional damage bonus, speeding up the growth of mushrooms. Additionally, grants extra duration to his shields and stack them. Allow him to play as a sustain unit. Yeah. Ezra consume allies. Yeah. Gulp. Chu Fua Euphoria. Stays in channel for extended period and generates liquor more easily. Also stacking condition mites and herself through Cheerful. Auto cast bottoms up. This is the big deal. Plus, I guess, Cheerful. When Cheerful hits certain threshold and when allies cast active incantation. So in Fua, she goes pretty crazy. New tags: extra action, action point positive, action point negative, buff. Okay, debuff, alt. Incount used to detonate character. Denote character whose kits are focused around incantation, control, beast, array. Impromptu upgrade. So, what is the bump up for the other incantation units, huh? It isn't. There's still A. All right. Oh, there's no more CN global overall. GG. Okay. There's only one now. Cinzia, Lucy, Recoleta. Okay. And Windsong. You know what they should do? You know what they should do? They should make a portrait like it's a character, but with the note inside, and treat it as a character and put it here and call it impromptu. Because you cannot tell that impromptu is broken from looking at the tier list as someone that doesn't know, right? If you don't know CN, and don't follow like CCs, you don't know that impromptu is insane. So I feel like they should make one portrait here, call it impromptu, and make it on S tier so people know. It's like, okay, impromptu Kiperina, but like, okay, so she's a good support, okay. So someone is gonna pull Kiperina unaware of what the fuck impromptu is, just because she is S tier here. She's S plus, right? I think it's kind of scary like this, kind of like too confusing. Lucy's still top. I mean, yeah, she bypasses Flado's advantages and has lasers on death and does decent amount of damage even at P0. So I think it's understandable. Compared to the content that we have to face, this is not the tier for Reverie. This is everything. So everything considered, Lucy is still pretty among the strongest. Should we tier Z? Okay, Barcarola is on A. Was she always on A? Lucy Many for story, she destroys everything? Limbo 2, yeah. Even main, you can do something with main. Was Barcarola S last time? Barca was A+. Okay, so Barca is A+, but they didn't say it on the changelog. Yeah, they didn't mention the changelog. I guess if they bumped people down, the other character were left up. I don't know. Same with Aleph. I mean, I understand this character being put in S, but I will still make the impromptu entity as a unit and put it in S+. It's the current strongest team. Like, it's the current strongest way to deal damage, even if outside of a Flado's type. It's like, it's not even close. Maybe Recoleta with like full min-maxing is maybe close. I don't know though. Maybe not. 37 always 37 always relevant. It's been a year. Unironically, it has been a year. Still relevant. Willow, good. She's as understandable for poison. These two are okay. Isabeth, I like Isabeth. She's pretty hot. She looks good. And yeah. The hiss is cool. You can do some weird shit with Liang Yu. AP plus, always good to sneak. Alt-oriented, obviously. So if you have extra pulls, you go for with Recoleta and Isabeth and Melania and you're chilling. Even if you don't want Isabeth though, I don't think Isabeth is gonna be a must pull, however, that considered. Because Kiperina is in between Aleph, because Isabeth is in between Aleph and Kiperina. Especially for impromptu users that are not spending a lot of money, you are not picking up Isabeth, even if you have Recoleta. Because Recoleta can play well with other characters. You don't need necessarily Isabeth. Yeah, they should change the... they should change the icon of the game with 37. Only her forehead though. It's gonna be like pink. I don't know what it is. Okay, Voyager still S, yeah, because of impromptu. Also, the seal and the control that she has, you get it for free by just playing impromptu. You don't even have to worry about it. She will eventually do it, and it's like it's icing of the cake, you know. For the same concept as that they stated here, when they said the reason for what is it? A lot of the changes surrounding the blah blah blah, especially simply due to role inflation, pushing weaker character further down while creating great disparity between good characters. I think this kind of is translated to Argus. Where the fuck are you using Argus nowadays? besides Windsong. I guess you're using her on Windsong and Marcus team. I guess. Chew in S plus because no, they did explain she's an S plus because her Euphoria is now made her really good. She was already decent and she was falling off because her kit was kind of slowing her a little bit. But now with the new Euphoria, you are getting cheerful and you are getting the extra attacks while in drunk state, which implies you're going to do an attack after. So you have all of these attacks going, and if you play with Fua or with like Pickles, you are chilling with Sure. Even a P0, it's pretty good. Even with Winsong, you're probably gonna use Flutter versus Lopera Vila, Flutter, Winsong, Lopera Vila. Yeah, I don't know where Argus. I think Argus is a really good character, but for the same rule as the other character that was applied on other characters, I think she should just go to A+. Because where are you using Argus? Is there can you guys think of a team that is actually giga good because of Argus? Usually, the problem with Argus is like you would rather use someone else. You only have 4 slots. Name day in A+. I don't know what it does. I knew and now I don't fucking remember anymore. Mass buff, ultimate might. Oh, it's the ultimate guy, right? That's a name. It's the ultimate guy. So you could technically use him with Recoleta or Hisabeth or both. If you missing characters. Mass attack. Like if you don't have Hisabeth, but you have Recoleta and like Pickles and Melania, or like even without Pickles, like you don't have Pickles, you can use Name Day, I guess, and then a sustain, I guess. Do spell on level 2 on Palindrome, okay. Buff damage Eldor lies. But is it better for Reco than Pickles? No, right? No, right? Or is she better than Shemaine? Is he better than Shemaine? Shemaine is fine, but it's not something that she needs too much. Also instead of Melania. Wait, what? He instead of Melania? But what about the extra Moxie though? What about the extra Moxie? How are you getting to 10 then? Well, anyway, regardless, Aleph, Pog, Lopera still here. I guess it's fine. I think Lopera is on the verge of dropping to A for the same reason as Argus. But Lopera is still more versatile than Argus, so you're still using her with like Lucy, Anjo, you know. Isabel. Oh, Isabel. Okay. Mercuria, Pog, Pickles, EA, deserved. Pickles, Chew goes hard, so do that. Medicine Pocket, I'm fucking glad that Medicine Pocket is back up because it was my first healer. It was my first main healer and I used them for a very long time. So now that it's popping off with HP loss, fucked on. The good, I love Eureka. I love Euphoria because they double down while also keeping the previous kit. So Medicine Pocket was actually slept on for a very long time, in my opinion. Everybody used everybody glazed Tooth Fairy, sure, understandably, but like nobody understood. Like Medicine Pocket was actually pretty fucking good. He had a stun with a heal. He had heals, AoE heals that also give you a stack of sturdiness. He has a global debuff, so you know. And now he has fucking Eureka again. Fucking Eureka. It's not Eureka. Euphoria. I'm back with my mental illness of messing up Euphoria and Eureka. Babel. Okay, well, yeah. Babel and Sotheby, understandable. Yeah, Noir is fine here. Noir is fine. Everything else, like, I don't know. Is anything weird? Wait, Dynamo, Ezra Dynamo. On A+. I don't have Ezra Dynamo because I don't have the materials in CN. I'm poor as fuck because I'm free to play, so I didn't make him yet. And even if I had him, I would probably do Medicine Pocket first. So maybe that's why A+, because you have other option. If you have every other sustain and support, then you don't really need Ezra. But it's a very, very solid option. Vila in A+, like, kind of makes me sad. I sort of understand why. But still, you know, I think the Rusalka is kind of pog. Rusalka is really good. Like, you can use Rusalka, which is a pre-free, to have more control on your Moxie, and sometimes it's actually pretty important. But Lilia dropped again. Yeah, but Lilia is fine, right? Like, why would you play Lilia if you have Cheer? You know, that's the reason why. I don't think these characters dropping, they're not necessarily that they're bad. Because I cleared 300, Reverie 301 with J. Even if it's A+, you can clear the hardest shit in the game. So, you know, it doesn't matter if they're A+. That said, Noir, I don't know what they did with Noir. Kind of a blunder, I don't know, kind of a oof, kind of a little bit of a goof. Because Noir started with their team made of like, well, Anna Lee, like in the moment Noir came out, she already had her team, and they never doubled down on whatever she does ever again, which is weird. Maybe eventually we get more characters that make use of how she works and make her work better. I don't know. Samuel Gigachat. Ezra should go up 100%. I didn't try Ezra myself, so I'm not gonna say random shit because I don't know. I didn't try them. On paper, he seemed pretty good, but who knows, right? Maybe it's one of those things like, oh, but if you have everybody else, you wouldn't use Ezra type of problem, and that's why he's A+. Tooth Fairy A. Tooth Fairy needs a Euphoria bad. I feel like Spathodea, Calabauna, and Tooth Fairy needs Eureka ASAP. They need that yesterday. They need the Eureka Euphoria yesterday. Because these characters are falling off hard as fuck, especially Spathodea. Because Spathodea works with Burn, and Burn is bad intrinsically. So, you know, pretty cringe. Same with Regulus, Getian, Centurion, and A Knight. They also need the upgrade. Burn is bad. What are you saying? Burn is bad, yes. Burn is bad because you can only stack him to 30 stacks, and then after it triggers, it halves. It halves. So it's like minus 50% of whatever stacks, and it's 30 max. And Spathodea ult requires 15. So you can't really stack it. Even the round before, you can't even stack it the round before. You need some weird ass team to make Spathodea work. And even after, the multipliers are just low. You need more. You know? Getian as well. I don't know. Getian is fine. The problem with Getian is that he has that. Maybe they can make his array into a force field instead of the array, so he can work with other characters. Otherwise, his force field, his array is gonna bump with other array and like not work and shit. Maybe they can double down on what he does. Maybe give him more damage on the thunder. Maybe give him more doubling down on the bone debuff. Like even just doubling down, they don't have to make a full new kit, right? They can just double down and make Getian good. Regulus, I don't know what the fuck Regulus is gonna be. Maybe double down on like dodge, which is completely unused at the moment. No one is using dodge or whatever it's called, right? When you dodge the one instance, they could double down on dodge and make her like Giga AP friendly. Maybe she can give +1 AP as well, passively. That would be cool. I don't know. I don't have ideas, but you know, Centurion just needs to do a giga damage. Make Centurion follow up. Make Centurion Fua. I feel like Centurion could be a Fua that doesn't want to use her ult and double down on kicks or something. That's it. Make her as well. They could also give her like a gazillion Moxie regen or more Moxie cap to like 10, because I believe her kick scales with how much Moxie you have, right? Yeah, caster Moxie times 8, 12, 20. So if you have 10 Moxie, it would be 80%, right? They could do something like that, double down on like you have the ult and you don't use it and you still have like 50 million Moxie, and every time you maybe Moxie steal as like Melania, but more doubling down on damage. I don't know. They could cook, I feel like. A Knight, I have no idea, just more damage, I guess. Maybe Fua, I don't know. I see it. Send Brimley, Flutter, Fatutu. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a rank up. They could do a bunch of everything, to be honest. They don't have to select one type of archetype and double down. Look at Loggerhead, by the way. Oh, she can get more Moxie like Anjo. Yeah, like they could double down and do a little bit of everything and make her like insanely powerful. So, you know. Bullet doesn't make sense for Centurion, and when is it gonna make sense? We don't know. That said, I think this tier list is pretty fair. There are a bunch of characters that should be maybe a little lower or maybe a little higher, but it's not a big deal that I'm like gonna be losing my mind or like laughing and pointing. I think this tier list is pretty decent. I am annoyed that Vila is in A+, but I understand, right? I understand. Yep. That's it. That's pretty much it. We took notes from our visit. Let's look at the team database again, shall we? Nah. Maybe next time, you know? But for now, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time.